Hello, my name is Allison Carroll. Bear with this makeshift video right now. I tried to figure out the PowerPoint to put myself in the corner. I could not. So we're just gonna have to deal with this jank version of the video. So this is my clinical service learning project, and my project was knitting for healthy aging. Okay, so for my clinical service learning project, I worked with my grandmother. We chose to create the Wooble knitting kit over the course of 3 weeks. My focus was to improve her well-being through a meaningful activity that we could do together. So the Woobles are just like these little cute stuffed animals. We chose the penguin. It's for beginners. So it's great to just start out with. It has like a step-by-step video process for you to figure out how to knit and how to create your little stuffed animal. It literally gives you a video tutorial. So it's perfect. Okay. So, why I chose this project. It promotes healthy aging, and it encourages fine motor skills. Sorry, I'm trying to read backwards. It improves hand-eye coordination, and it totally builds emotional connection, and it gives a sense of purpose and creativity. This wasn't just about knitting. It was about connection and helping support her overall health with therapeutic communication and fine motor skills. Okay, so if we go to the next one, this is the first study. So this is the factors affecting successful aging. Older adults and the relationship between leisure activities, duration, and successful aging, right? Okay, so according to the Duman and colleagues, older adults who regularly participate in leisure activities like knitting have better cognitive function and overall well-being. It helps reduce loneliness and gives them a sense of purpose, which directly relates to what I was trying to do with my grandma. Here's just some points I made. Leisure activities promote successful aging, improve cognitive function, emotional and physical well-being. Activities involving focus, motor skills help maintain mental sharpness, and increase participation is less loneliness and plus more satisfaction. That's all the points that first study was trying to make. So study number 2 is knitting as a remedy. So it's just women's everyday creativity in response to hopelessness and despair. So this study, Cargill's research explains that knitting acts as a coping mechanism, right? So that's kind of like what the focus of the article was. The repetitive motions are calming and can reduce stress and anxiety. It also helps older adults feel more in control and gives them a creative outlet, which I definitely saw within our time together. Knitting just helps reduce stress, and that repetitive motions help almost just like give that like meditative effect as well. That was just kind of the point that they were trying to make there. Study number 3, knitting and everyday meaning making. So this study just talks about how knitting helps people create meaning in their daily lives, and it's not just a hobby, it becomes part of their identity. Finishing a project gives sort of a sense of accomplishment, which is something I saw in my grandma when we worked on our project specifically. Knitting supports mean making in everyday life. It helps maintain a sense of identity and routine, and completing projects gives that sense of accomplishment, right? Okay, so this is what we did. We first started out week 1 just kind of figuring out how to do things with that base. After week 1, her and I have never knitted before, so we kind of just had to go about that in our own way. Obviously following the videos. Then we did the second week, we added those eyes. Third week, we finally added the belly. And then the last final result on the third week, we got to add that beak. So perfect, came out great. So how I made a difference. I think that this improved her mood and engagement overall. It strengthened our relationship because we got to engage more than we usually do, and this gave her something to look forward to every week. It helped increase her confidence and independence. She's been pretty isolated. She just had a knee replacement. So this kind of helped with that feeling of independence. And overall, I noticed that she was more talkative and engaged and genuinely just excited every time we got together to work on this project. Okay, so what I would do differently. So I would just plan more in a structured manner. I think this was more of just on a whim type thing. So I think a little bit more structure would have just made it overall better. And I would allow for more time. It was just kind of I would pull up once a week, we'd work on it. And it was just kind of in that way. So if we had a little bit more time, I think more leisure, more fun would come out of that. And I think possibly inviting some more family just to be more social would be great as well. So yeah, my conclusion is just knitting is simple but a powerful tool as healthy aging, as it supports physical, mental, and emotional health in all kinds of different ways. I would highly recommend similar activities in nursing care due to all the benefits provided. Okay, that's the end. Thanks so much.